So we are doing our first podcast today. This is John, as you know. We didn't sleep much yesterday, so we're powering through it. But first podcast today, I'll give you some behind-the-scenes clips.
No, the next errand has to be in the first video because the algorithm goes.
And I mean, I think it depends on, you know.
Show the room. Let's go downstairs.
I showed the room already.
Are you showed?
Yeah, I showed. So we're sitting up here, we're discussing the aftermath of the first podcast. It's a wide angle, boys. You can see everything, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I can see everything.
It's already recording.
Yeah, it's recording. But I think it went pretty well.
Well, yeah. For the first time, it was not bad.
I think so too.
It was funny, most of all. It was fun. Right?
It was fun, yeah, it was fun. I like the way it sounded with the headphones.
Yeah,
in.
it looked like a freaking pilot. We
Yeah.
had the pilot of real estate.
I think
we're leading and bringing real estate to fly.
I wonder, because I've seen a lot of different podcasts. I've seen one that's it's Big Money, something Big Money
Big Money
podcast
Power.
or something like that. Let me see. But they're just more. I get that kind of podcast. I think is for when you're walking around. Like instead of listening to music, you listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
I think like that kind of podcast. Really did. I don't think it's something people would just listen to.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly viewing. Right?
Yeah, mostly visual.
Yeah.
No, when you do a podcast that is only audio, you really need to.
You really need to bring some shit to the table. Yeah. You really need
It's
to.
not just about
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or driving your motorcycle.
Right. But yeah, definitely be on the outlook for the podcast, and I'll post it next week whenever that's out. So, and we'll do those weekly, so they'll be fun. We're going to be discussing all types of different things, real estate related, sort of our journey as well, and tips and tricks within the business. Mostly, not so much if you're looking to become a real estate agent, but more so if you're looking to purchase or really just dabble in real estate in New York.
Or sell.
In New York City. I like it because we can wear these layers. But that was the first podcast that we did. We have a little studio at the secondhand office where we can do that at, which is fucking awesome. They're truly just equipped to do anything like that, which is amazing. It makes it so much easier for us, right? But Manuel is the guy who I did the podcast with, and me and him, we go way back. We both worked in fashion beforehand. And we met on a set actually for a photo shoot. I forget exactly which one. But after that, we just we went out a lot. Not out a lot, but we went out together and we sort of had mutual friends. And eventually ended up in real estate. Now we're with the same brokerage, listing the same listings and sort of combining a little bit of, I think, my sort of modern day marketing. Not to say that he isn't, because he also is sharp as fuck when it comes to modern day marketing. This guy does anything from clothing to photography. He has his own art gallery, endless things there. But he is an expert when it comes to the financial aspect of these things, where I wouldn't say I lack in it, but I'm not an expert in it. I'm not afraid to admit that. My talents lie more in the marketing side of it. So we're combining those two talents, and I think there's a lot of exciting things sort of in store for that combo. But we're going to be doing that podcast every week, as I mentioned. And yeah, me and Devin are going to this masquerade thing tonight, so I'll bring you guys shortly there. I'm not allowed to film, but it's a co-worker of mine that's throwing an event, so we promised we'd show face. That we will do. I'll see you guys there. So I put in eye drops. I'm not crying. We are heading to.
I made him cry.
An event, as you can see. This is the event I was talking about earlier today. And we both had a long day, and it's important to. I want to tell you guys the importance of being social, being out and about. Even if you've had a long day, this should be part of the business. It should be. Think of it like work, right? So that's where you meet new people. That's where you meet. Grow your network, you maybe meet new clients, but even if you don't, you'll be better at social skills, you'll be better at talking, and people think of you either way. So that's important to think of it like work. Even though you've had a long work day, your work day doesn't end until you've also done something social afterwards. At least if you want to grow your business in the luxury market or really any sales market, you need a big network to do so. But we're heading to the event, and we likely won't be doing any filming inside. It's a $15 million penthouse, and but we'll talk to you guys afterwards. Bye. Didn't know is that this is in a Trump building, and those are extremely hard to sell these days, as you can imagine why. And this is a $15 million penthouse that a friend of mine is listing, so we're coming for support, but the name Trump is still blasted on the front of it. A lot of the buildings in New York that Trump owns, they've changed that. They've taken away the Trump advertisement and actually made it into something different. So you don't really know, but here they're still repping it. So, but we're heading into the park. We'll catch you guys afterwards.
Do you want to go out? You sure?
Oh, the ears here. So we are leaving. As the responsible adult that I am, or I'm turning into to be at least. We're leaving. It's 10 p.m. and we are going home. No after parties, no nothing. We came here. We supported. We showed face, right, baby? And now we're heading home. And we are gonna play piano. I will get an Uber. Have a good night, sir. And it's too cold? Okay. Alright. And you know, I do ultimately think that they will have a pretty hard time selling this place because it is a Trump Tower building. And if you're paying $15 million for an apartment, and especially one like this, it is it is a place that you want to show off, right? And especially in a building like this, where it's views, it's built like a bachelor pad. It's a space that you want to show off, and it's a space that people are going to be looking at. You want people you work with, you want people who, if you're single, you want girls going there. And then you see the Trump Tower sign, so it's gonna give some drawback. So I think that's gonna be an issue there. I had a client come here tonight, and he actually said he wasn't gonna come because he figured out that it was the Trump Tower. So it's gonna be difficult for them. But Jordan March, the agent here, is a good friend of mine, and I hope he sells it, of course. So, but it was a good event, yeah.
It was a fantastic event.
Fantastic. We were social. See you guys at home.
Buzz.
This is gonna be hilarious.
Jump in.
That's kind of the day. So I think we're gonna sign out. Make sure to like and subscribe. We are always going to provide authentic content here. It's about the everyday life of me and New York City, real estate, young people doing new things, taking a path not often taken. And I appreciate the support. So make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.